In the bustling flow of market shoppers, no one noticed the trembling creature chained by the roadside. A dog with matted fur and a gaze full of despair. But fate shifted when a little girl paused, her heart stirred by a sadness she'd never encountered. Could one small act spark a story beyond imagination? Before continuing the story, tell me which city you're watching from. I want to know how far this video has come. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so I can send you exciting stories like this every day. Thank you. Let's get into it. On a sunny Saturday morning, 5-year-old Olivia strolled through the lively market with her parents when she spotted a large German shepherd tethered to a post near a corner stall. Her mother, Amanda, noticed where Olivia's gaze was directed and followed her eyes to the dog. With a sigh, she recognized her daughter's natural empathy for animals in distress. "All right, sweetie, we can go take a look, but stay close to me," Amanda said. As they approached, Olivia crouched down a few feet from the dog. "Hey there, buddy," she whispered softly, reaching out her hand. The dog sniffed the air cautiously, his ears twitching slightly. Olivia took a small step closer. "You look so sad." "It's all right. I'm here now," Amanda said, watching her daughter closely. Olivia had always felt a deep connection with animals, but this particular dog seemed especially fragile. "Olivia, be careful," Amanda cautioned. "He might be scared." Olivia nodded but remained focused on the dog. She noticed a vendor nearby who seemed to be the dog's owner. The man was busy with customers and paid little attention to the dog. Olivia stood up and walked over to him. "Excuse me, sir? Is this your dog?" The vendor glanced at her briefly and nodded, saying the dog was no good and nobody wanted him. He was just taking up space. Olivia's heart sank. "Can I pet him?" she asked. The man shrugged indifferently. Olivia turned back to the dog, extending her hand cautiously to pet him. To her surprise, the dog didn't pull away. Instead, he leaned into her touch, his tail wagging faintly. Olivia smiled, sensing a connection forming. Over the following weeks, Olivia and her parents visited the market often. Each time, Olivia spent time with the dog. She named him Rocky, and with every visit, their bond grew stronger. Rocky seemed to recognize Olivia, his eyes lighting up every time he saw her. Her parents noticed the growing attachment and started discussing the possibility of bringing the dog home. They knew it wouldn't be easy. Rocky required medical care and a lot of attention, but they couldn't ignore Olivia's unwavering determination to help him. Eventually, after much discussion, they approached the vendor with an offer to take Rocky home. The man appeared eager to get rid of what he called the useless dog and agreed without hesitation. Olivia's heart soared. She gently unchained Rocky and led him to their car. "You're coming home with us," she whispered softly. On the drive back, Olivia sat close to the dog, gently stroking his fur. He rested his head in her lap, a quiet sign of trust and comfort. Olivia had rescued a neglected dog from the market, but little did she know that Rocky, as she would soon name him, was about to show just how extraordinary their bond would become. Bringing Rocky home was only the beginning of a new journey for Olivia and her family. Though the joy of rescuing the dog filled their hearts, they quickly realized the challenges that awaited them. Rocky, with his matted fur and visible ribs, had been through a tough life, and his behavior showed it. At first, he was skittish and wary of his new environment. He flinched at sudden movements and loud noises, and shrank away when adults tried to pet him. Olivia spent every available moment with him. She would sit beside him, reading books or simply talking to him about her day. Her small size seemed to make him feel at ease. Gradually, the dog began to show signs of trust. He leaned into her hand when she petted him and began to follow her around the house, but his behavior was still unpredictable. So the family decided to seek professional help. They contacted a local animal behaviorist, Dr. Rachel Scott, who specialized in working with traumatized dogs. Dr. Scott came to their home and carefully observed Rocky's actions and mannerisms. "This dog has endured significant hardship," she said thoughtfully. "His erratic behavior stems from the trauma he's experienced in the past. What he needs now is a stable environment, patience, and consistent training to rebuild his sense of security." She provided them with a training plan that emphasized positive reinforcement and gradual exposure to new experiences. The training was slow and required a lot of patience. There were days when Rocky showed progress and responded well to commands. He even sometimes played fetch with Olivia. But there were also setbacks. Rocky would sometimes growl or snap if he felt cornered or threatened, though he was never aggressive toward the little girl. One day while playing in the yard, he approached Olivia with a ball in his mouth, his tail wagging like a propeller. It was the first time he had initiated play, and Olivia's heart soared with joy. She threw the ball, and Rocky chased after it, barking happily. Amanda and David watched from the porch. The journey to rehabilitate their dog was far from over, but the family's unwavering commitment was starting to pay off. As weeks turned into months, Rocky's behavior steadily improved. Olivia's boundless patience and unconditional love started to mend the emotional scars from his past. One bright afternoon, she was playing in the yard, her laughter ringing through the air. Rocky joyfully chased after a ball, his tail wagging with newfound happiness. From the porch, Amanda and David sat sipping iced tea, a sense of calm washing over them as they watched. In that moment, they couldn't help but marvel at how far their beloved dog had come. Suddenly, a loud noise shattered the peaceful afternoon. The neighbor's cat had been startled by a car backfiring. It darted across the yard and sent Rocky into a frenzy. He took off after the cat, barking wildly. Olivia tried to stop Rocky. She ran after him, her small legs struggling to keep up. In the chaos, she didn't notice the approaching car speeding down the street. Amanda and David's hearts leapt into their throats as they saw Olivia chasing Rocky. They shouted, but their voices were drowned out by the car's roar and the dog's barking. Sorry for the interruption. Before we continue with the story, I kindly ask you to like the video and subscribe to this channel. It is very important for us. Thank you very much. In that split second, Rocky's protective instincts took over. He perceived the danger long before Olivia was aware of it. As the car sped dangerously close, he spun around and dashed back toward her with incredible speed. With a mighty leap, he pushed her out of the vehicle's path just in time. The car screeched to a halt, the driver's face pale with shock. Amanda and David rushed to Olivia's side. She was dazed but unharmed, clinging to Rocky, who stood protectively over her. He nuzzled her gently, licking her face as if to reassure her that she was safe. From that day on, Rocky's place in the family was solidified. His courageous act changed the way Amanda and David saw him. He was no longer just a rescue dog with a troubled past. He was a loyal protector and a beloved member of their family, willing to go to great lengths to keep them safe. One day during a walk, Rocky suddenly froze and began to growl. Olivia looked up and saw a man approaching. It was the same vendor from the market who had kept Rocky chained and neglected. The man's eyes narrowed as he recognized the dog. "So that's where you ended up," he sneered, his tone cold and sharp. Olivia tightened her grip on Rocky's leash, feeling the tension radiating from him. She knew she had to stay composed. "Rocky is my dog now," she said with quiet determination, "and you can't take him back." The man let out a scoff, his voice dripping with arrogance. "He was my dog first," he retorted. "You had no right to take him." Olivia didn't waver, her voice steady as she met his gaze. "You didn't take care of him," she replied firmly. "He deserved better." The man took a step closer. Rocky growled more fiercely, positioning himself protectively in front of Olivia. The man threatened to involve the authorities, even accusing her of stealing his dog. Olivia's mind raced. She knew the man had no claim, but the confrontation was unnerving. "Go ahead," she replied. "We have proof of how you treated him. You won't get him back." The man glared at her, then turned and walked away, muttering under his breath. Olivia let out a shaky breath and knelt beside Rocky. She hugged him tightly and said, "It's okay. He won't hurt you ever again." The incident shook Olivia, but it also strengthened her resolve. She knew she had to be vigilant and protect Rocky from anyone who might try to take him away. She discussed the encounter with her parents. They reassured her that they would support her and keep Rocky safe. On a bright and sunny Saturday, the local community hosted a pet fair and dog show. Olivia's family chose to take part in the event. It was an opportunity to showcase Rocky's progress and enjoy a day out together. The fair was bustling with activity when they arrived. Booths lined the park, offering pet supplies, treats, and information about animal care. The air was filled with excited barks and laughter as dogs of all shapes and sizes mingled with their owners. Olivia was overjoyed to attend the event and was excited to see how Rocky would adapt to the unfamiliar setting. As they wandered through the bustling fair, they came across a booth showcasing a tracking and agility demonstration. Olivia's eyes sparkled with enthusiasm as she took in the display. "Can we try this, Mommy?" she asked, looking up at her mother with hopeful eyes. Amanda smiled and nodded. They approached the booth and a friendly instructor greeted them. He asked if they wanted to see if their dog had any hidden talents. Olivia nodded enthusiastically. The instructor guided them to the agility course. It was set up with tunnels, jumps, and weaving poles. "Let's begin with a few simple agility drills and observe how Rocky performs," he proposed. Olivia led her dog to the starting line. Her heart pounded with excitement. She had never tried agility with Rocky before, but she had a feeling that he might surprise everyone. She whispered in his ear and asked if he was ready. Rocky's ears perked up and he wagged his tail eagerly. As soon as Olivia signaled, Rocky bolted forward with determination. He moved through the course with remarkable agility and grace. Rocky soared effortlessly over the jumps, threaded smoothly through the poles, and dashed through the tunnels with speed and accuracy that left everyone stunned. The crowd watched in awe as he completed the course faster than anyone had expected. Olivia beamed with pride. She had always known her dog was special, but seeing him excel in the agility course was beyond her wildest dreams. The news of Rocky's hidden talent spread quickly through the fair. People who had once viewed him as just a rescued dog now saw him as a star. Olivia's family received numerous offers from trainers and agility clubs. Everyone was eager to help Rocky reach his full potential. The discovery of his talent opened up new possibilities for Olivia and her beloved dog. They began training with a local agility club. Rocky's progress was astounding, and he quickly became a favorite among the trainers. But the excitement surrounding Rocky's newfound agility talent was soon overshadowed by a troubling development. The previous owner, emboldened by seeing Rocky's success, began to escalate his threats. He started showing up at the park during their training sessions. He would shout that Rocky belonged to him and that he would take him back by any means necessary. Olivia's parents grew increasingly concerned for their daughter's safety and Rocky's well-being. They decided it was time to take legal action to secure the dog's place in their family permanently. They contacted a lawyer who specialized in animal rights cases. During their initial consultation, the lawyer, Miss Sarah, listened carefully to their story. "You have a solid case," she said with confidence. "The key will be to collect as much evidence as you can of Rocky's past mistreatment and demonstrate how well he is doing in your care." Amanda and David began collecting everything they could to support their case. They had taken detailed photographs of Rocky's condition when they first rescued him, including his matted fur, protruding ribs, and sad eyes. They also gathered vet records showing his health improvements and testimonials from neighbors, friends, and trainers who had witnessed Rocky's transformation. Olivia was determined to help as well. She wrote a heartfelt letter describing her bond with Rocky and the positive changes she had seen in him. "Rocky is my best friend," she wrote with heartfelt sincerity. "He saved my life, and I love him deeply. Please don't let anyone take him away from me." The legal process was daunting, and the court case was looming. To add to their stress, the local agility competition was fast approaching. It was an important event where Rocky could showcase his talent and further demonstrate how well he had adjusted to his new life. Despite the tension, Olivia and Rocky continued their training. Olivia's heart pounded every time she saw the previous owner lurking nearby, but she drew strength from her love for Rocky and her determination to keep him safe. On the day of the competition, the air was electric. Dozens of dogs and their owners gathered, ready to compete in various events. As they waited for their turn, Olivia noticed the previous owner standing on the sidelines, glaring at them. She took a deep breath and focused on Rocky. "We can do this," she whispered gently, "just like we practiced." When the announcer called their names, Olivia and Rocky walked onto the course with determination. The crowd fell quiet, the air thick with anticipation. Olivia signaled, and Rocky shot forward. He leapt over the jumps, expertly weaved through the poles, and darted through the tunnels with such finesse that it left everyone in awe. As they crossed the finish line, the crowd erupted in applause. Olivia's face lit up with pride, while Rocky wagged his tail energetically. The judges of the competition were clearly impressed. One of the judges, a well-known dog trainer, approached Olivia. "You and Rocky are an incredible team," he said. "He's an extraordinary dog, and you've done a remarkable job training him." The day of the hearing finally arrived. Olivia gripped Rocky's leash firmly, her nerves running high. The previous owner stood nearby, scowling and muttering angrily. Miss Sarah confidently presented their case, emphasizing Rocky's progress and the loving care he had received from Olivia's family. The judge listened intently, taking in every detail. He reviewed the photographs, veterinary records, and testimonies, and Olivia's heartfelt letter was read aloud, bringing tears to the eyes of many in the courtroom. At last, the judge turned to the former owner. "The evidence is clear. Rocky was neglected and abused under your care. He has flourished with his new family, and it is in his best interest to stay with them," the judge said. The previous owner protested, but the judge remained resolute. "Your actions have shown that you are unfit to care for this dog," the judge declared. "The court rules in favor of Olivia's family. Rocky will remain with them permanently." The ruling was a huge victory for Olivia and her family, but the story didn't end there. Following the hearing, the judge ordered an investigation into the previous owner. The results of that investigation shocked everyone and strengthened the community's support for Olivia and Rocky. It was revealed that the man had a long history of mistreating animals. Several other animals had suffered under his care. Witnesses came forward, sharing stories of his cruel treatment, and the local news picked up the story. It spread quickly, sparking public outrage. The revelation of Rocky's past abuse brought the community together in defense of the dog. Neighbors, friends, and even strangers rallied around Olivia's family, vowing to ensure that Rocky's former owner would never again be able to harm another animal. The story of Olivia and Rocky is not just about love, but also a testament to the power of perseverance and empathy. Olivia never gave up, not only to rescue a dog, but to help Rocky regain his trust in humans and the world. Through months of care and training, they built an unbreakable bond, a magical friendship between human and animal. In the end, it wasn't just Rocky who changed, but Olivia and her family were deeply transformed as well. This story reminds us of the invaluable qualities of kindness and how sometimes a small act, a simple decision, can change an entire life. Olivia and Rocky showed us that love and perseverance are never in vain, and that every dog, no matter their past, deserves a chance to start anew. If this story touched your heart, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on more inspiring and meaningful videos. Share this story with your friends and family to help spread love and kindness in the community. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again in more wonderful stories to come. Remember, good deeds may start with one person, but they have the power to ripple out and change an entire community.